In this video, we're going to talk about the sum rule and how to use it to solve calculus problems. We've actually applied the sum rule in previous videos, but we haven't formally defined it yet, so I'm going to do that now. The sum rule basically states that if you have a function that takes the form y at x equals f at x plus g at x plus h at x, and so on, the derivative y prime at x is going to equal to the derivative of f at x, so f prime at x plus g prime at x plus h prime at x, and so on. So, for example, let's say we have a function y at x equals x squared plus 2 sine 3x. What is the derivative of this function? Okay, what is the derivative of y at x? What is y prime at x? Well, according to the sum rule, we just take the derivative of each individual part. So we're going to take the derivative of x squared plus the derivative of 2 sine 3x, which is going to be, so we'll start with x squared here. The derivative of x squared from our power rule, we're going to take the exponent and multiply that by x, and then so that's the first step. So that's going to be 2x, and then the exponent is going to reduce to 1. Okay, so minus 1, 1, plus the derivative of sine, or of 2 sine 3x. So we know from the previous video on the derivative of a sine function, we know that the derivative of a sine function is a cosine function. So it's going to be 2 cos 3x times the derivative of whatever's in here, so times 3. And then we can go ahead and further simplify that to 2x plus 6 cos 3x. And another example, let's say we have a polynomial and we're given this function here, y, or let's call it f at x this time, just for the sake of a little bit of variety. Actually, no, that's fine. We'll just keep it at y at x. And my buttons isn't working. Okay, so let's say y at x equals 5x to the power of 4 plus x cubed plus 2x squared minus 12x minus 3. Okay, what is the derivative y prime at x? Well, so y prime at x again is just going to be the derivative of this term here plus the derivative of this term here plus the derivative of this term, and so on. So we'll start with the derivative of this term. So we're going to take our exponent. Again, we're going to use our power rule. So 4 times 5, which is 20, 20x, and then we're just going to subtract 1 there. So 3 plus 3x squared plus the derivative of this term, which is going to be 2 times 2, which is 4. And then we're going to take away 1 from 2. So our exponent is just going to be 1, but we can just leave it as such. Minus 1 times 12, which is just 12. And then this cancels to 1. And then minus 0. Okay. And so, yes, that is the sum rule for you.